From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of Mornings LA with the week that is a major week underway. Biggest week of the entire summer. And why is it getting heated overnight? The corporate earnings from guidance from Walmart released last night, and folks, it was not good. All the latest details on that front, plus what it means for your labor and why that labor market is continuing to crumble. We'll go over the latest details on what's happening with the labor numbers in advance of Thursday's release. Plus, we'll be going over why your benefits are going up so much. Absolutely incredible. The latest details about $5,000. That's why you have to get a force stimulus check that is in every U.S. state. In this big second half, we're going to go over the big money. Stay the second half. With a recession underway and why the economy has not settled down. We're going to go over the raise of your benefits. We're going to go over the week that is, and we're going to go over that big stimulus money. About $100,000 you qualify. Single individual, $75,000 less. Married couple, $150,000 less. But boy, folks, overnight it was talking. You may have seen it on LALATE.com. You may have seen it in the live feed last night. Walmart giving guidance for the current quarter and the year-to-date, guiding downward dramatically. Crashing the retail sector stock down 10% as they say that inflation is taking major pressure on the consumer in the stores. All the latest breaking news on that. Plus, we have housing data that was released minutes ago. Big news. What happened with the home prices? Oh boy, you're going to be surprised on this one. We have a major announcement on natural gas internationally that impacts you at home. It came in just seconds ago. I told you it was a big week. With the latest guidance on the recession and corporate earnings, Coca-Cola and McDonald's minutes ago. Plus, we'll have a preview of what's happening tonight in prime time on Evenings LA. Plus, what's going on tomorrow with the Federal Reserve is the week that is the biggest week of the planet. Plus, we'll be going on the raise of your benefits based upon inflation, the beats that came in last week, and then they continue to come this week. That's why you need to become a member. Get these incredible force stimulus checks in every U.S. state. Stay the second half, but first become a member. We're going to get all this incredible sums of money today because the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing as Mornings LA gets underway. And good morning, everybody. The week that is underway, and boy, it hit like a brick last night. If you missed it, I'll tell you what happened. It's Walmart. Shock the market, and retail is down dramatically today. It's all because of inflation. Then the guidance and the indication of why it is important, it impacts your unemployment. That number is coming on Thursday. But meantime, what's going on with inflation hasn't settled down, and that's why the raise of your benefits is happening. We'll go over the latest lift of your benefits if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. Plus, we'll be going over the latest details on the big money. You become a member. Go right in this video and stay the second half. $100,000 of checks for you. It's a big day. We're just getting started. The toast is toasting and the butter is buttering. We start with the major news stories right now, and they start overseas. First, a big story coming in minutes ago was the Nord Stream 1 pipeline that feeds gasoline from Russia to Germany came back online after maintenance, routine maintenance through July 21, came back online. Then it went offline. EU officials bought natural gas from Azerbaijan days ago, but minutes ago they had the major announcement. They say they're giving a voluntary announcement. It's not mandatory, but a voluntary reduction of gas production consumption by 15% starting next month immediately. They called it an emergency. They say that Western Europe could be running out of natural gas very quickly for those winter months. That's why there's a voluntary, initially, could be mandatory thereafter, announcement for reducing natural gas. We'll be tracking the story more on prime time on Evenings LA tonight, but boy, this is a big one. This is a concern that there may be a shortage of natural gas because of Putin. All right, let's go to the second major story that came in minutes ago. It's labor. As companies report disappointing earnings, then guess what happens for labor? They lay people off. And what happened with those numbers minutes ago? Those numbers minutes ago came in from Shopify. It comes after unemployment claims last week surged to 251. I'm projecting to go to 260. Minutes ago, the big Shopify shocker came in when it announced it's laying off 10% of its workforce overnight. This is a big problem, and it's the latest indication of layoffs that have struck Facebook, Alphabet, Netflix, Coinbase, and Tesla, all featured on this channel. That came in seconds ago. But the big story that also broke just within the hour, is the housing data that was released today. These are home prices. These are home prices for the month of May. Home prices have tracked up year to date traditionally, but let's go over why this is not good news. The data shows, and the data is the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller National Home Price Index released minutes ago, just as all breaking news just this morning, that shows that for the month of April, the year-to-date increase of the price of a home sold was 21%. That number was down from the month before, and the number released for May just minutes ago was down again. So we have now 2 consecutive months where the price of homes are selling less year to date. They're not selling yet less than the year before, but the rate of increase of the price is lower. It's gone from 21% last month in April to now 19.7% in the month of May. Despite the deceleration, in the short term, the transactions are feeling the pressure. In addition, with less competition, the houses would have flown off the market within years are now lingering, says George Ratun, manager of economic research at Realtor Right Now. We're seeing price cuts doubling compared to a year ago. This is a big one. Why is this big? Because this shows you the impact of this economy. This, my friends, is why you have to get a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. That forced stimulus check in every U.S. state is huge, about $100,000. You qualify. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. If you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, veterans benefits, go get it as well. We're going to go over these incredible checks in the second half of this video. They're federal, from the federal government. They're not from your state. They're everywhere. And today you're going to meet 2 viewers. One who got 80 checks. You heard me right, 80 checks by becoming a member. And another viewer who got 2 different rounds of checks in the last 24 hours. Stay to the second half as we go over these incredible sums of money. The data that came in for the housing is consistent with the problems we've had with the housing market in the last few weeks. But when we look at the other data that came in today and that is likely to come in tomorrow, is the inflation. In the week that is, and that's so much going on, one of the most important days at issue is Friday. Friday will release the PCEI, the personal consumption expenditure number. This is a great number because it's really an accurate read of inflation. And it comes between the most dominant source of inflation. That's the CPI. This number is coming in on Friday. Let's go over what else we got this week. Let's go over what else was coming up in the next few hours. You know, I told you it's a massive day. We already had the Case-Shiller Home Price Index, but within about 15 minutes, we're going to have consumer confidence release, the new home sales numbers release, and then tomorrow, corporate earnings like you've never seen before. Facebook, Bowen, and then tomorrow is a shocker, of course. 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Federal Reserve FOMC meeting, the statement's release, and that's Eastern Standard Time. 2:30, Federal Reserve Jay Powell will address the American people. He's likely a 75 basis point increase, not 100. And then on Thursday, that is the cataclysmic, dramatic day. That's when the Department of Labor is going to announce whether we've had 2 negative quarters of GDP growth. That would qualify as a recession. We will see whether that's the announcement on Thursday. We also have corporate earnings coming in from Apple and Amazon. And then Friday, of course, we have that PCEI. Let's go back to the other breaking news story today. And that is, of course, Walmart. Walmart was detailed immediately in the live chat last night as soon as it broke after trading closed on Monday. It was also featured in a major news article on LALATE.com. Walmart is the retail giant. Walmart in the month of June and with Target both guided downward. They caused the U.S. economy go into a bear market. That was the start of all the bad news. It started back in June. So Walmart was back today again, not reporting corporate earnings, but cutting quarterly and full year profit guidance, saying that inflation is hurting its business dramatically. They say inflation is causing shoppers to shop less, and they have now cut guidance for this quarter and the year to date. That announcement came after the close of the market yesterday, and after hours trading, stock was down 10%. It's still down 10% right now. Target, Amazon are taking a bath right today. It's not a good look, and they continue to tumble across the board. We thought it was proven for us to be decisive and act quickly to get in front of this and address and optimize our inventory in the second quarter. That was Target's comment back in the month of June, its CEO. But the comment from Walmart overnight was the following. CEO Doug McMillon, a statement obtained by LA News, the increasing levels of food inflation are affecting how consumers spend. And while we're made good progress clearing hard categories, we're required to do more market cut downs across the board. Now, this is why you have to watch this channel, because this is where it gets interesting. Earnings recession is where we see a recession. If businesses are posting less earnings, they are feeling the hurt of a recession, feeling the hurt of inflation. But minutes ago, we saw other corporate earnings coming in, and they felt no pressure whatsoever from this economy. Really a shocking twist and turn, but it's not the first time we saw it. Last Friday, two social media stocks, they were Twitter and Snap, took a bath, really fell dramatically. Snap is down 75% year to date, while healthcare stocks on Friday were gangbuster. Not feeling the recession? Some are. Let's go to Coca-Cola. Have a drink. Pull out a Diet Coke with me right now, because wait till you see this one. Coca-Cola and McDonald's reported second quarter earnings minutes ago, and they were great numbers. Yeah, that shows you how confusing this market is. A beat means it's better than Wall Street expected. A miss means it's lower than Wall Street expected. Top is revenue, bottom is net profit. Here's what happened. Minutes ago, McDonald's reported corporate earnings for the second quarter of this year, and they were a beat on the bottom and a miss on the top. They beat on earnings, coming in 2.55 compared to 2.47, and they miss on revenue, 5.72 billion versus the 5.81 expected. And that announcement made by CEO Chris Kempczinski minutes ago. Coca-Cola, great news from them. They said we had some time lead going into a normal session, and they pivoted. That's what CEO James Quincy said, and it showed. They beat on top, they beat on bottom. They beat on revenue, and they beat on earnings majorly. Really shocking across the board. This is the face of this economy. It's not particularly consistent. That recession in every industry, it's not particularly consistent. The impact of this inflation on every market. But what should you expect? First, let's go over to unemployment. I'm projecting that Thursday's number that will be released, it will be a 260,000 new jobless claim number. Last week was 251, the highest number of 2022, highest number since November of last year. That is what I'm projecting for this Thursday. What am I looking at for inflation? I'm looking at inflation continue to track higher. And I'm looking for that PCEI on Friday going higher. I do not believe that inflation has peaked. What's going on? We had this data no less than 2 weeks ago. Started with the CPI beating on a Wednesday. Thursday, the PPI beating, and then on Friday, the retail sales beating. This is great news for you. Why? Because as inflation goes up, your benefits go up an enormous amount. You're going to get a benefits lift because of this huge news. Yes, huge news across the board. It started in that May read of inflation, 8.6%, but the June release 2 Wednesdays ago, absolutely incredible. 9.1%, out of control. Inflation has not peaked. That's going to lift your benefits a lot. You get the benefit of it. Let's go over those three numbers in advance of the number being released this Friday. The CPI is perceived as the most common, well understood benchmark for inflation. And it was released 2 Wednesdays ago. And what did it show? It showed that inflation has not peaked. Great news for your benefit. This, my friends, is great news for you if you're on benefits. Let's go over why this happens and what's going on. First, you understand that inflation is not peaked. Second, you understand that Federal Reserve is meeting tomorrow to try to reduce inflation by raising interest rates. And finally, you know that Friday's number, that PCEI, will give you guidance on where inflation is. But now let's jump into the benefits lift. Your benefits will be raised up, and how much? We'll go over the calculation in a second. Who? You. How much? Approximately $5,000. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits, it's great news, the best news of a lifetime. We're going to go over the calculation of that in just a second, but first we're going to go over why it's happening. Your benefits are tied to a benchmark. That benchmark, it's called COLA, C-O-L-A. It's determined by another number, the CPI-W. It's a subsection of the CPI, which we just went over. Yes, inflation. Your COLA goes up if the CPI-W goes up, but not for the whole year, only 3 months. Which months? This month, July, August, and September. Your benefit lift is determined based upon what goes on with that CPI-W this month, next month, and the month thereafter. So what you and I have to do is watch all the videos and know where inflation is going in this economy, specifically over the next 3 months, because if inflation stays where it is right now, has not peaked, or goes higher, your benefits lifts will be absolutely incredible. The largest lift of your benefits of a lifetime. I want to see more celebration from people about this in live chat because we've been talking about this for a long time. This is everything you've ever wanted about. This is everything that had 300 questions a day back in 2020. This is the reality and it's happening right now. All right, let's go over the calculation and what's at issue. Your benefits are going up automatically. Approximately 5,000. We'll explain to you why in just a second. And it's incredible. It's you if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, RB, and more. It's huge, and it's because inflation is at the highest level of a generation. We need 3 months for it to stay at this level. July, August, and September, not to track lower, to stay there, and your benefits are going up. All right, let's go over the calculation, how it works. First, automatic, absolutely. Direct deposit, absolutely. Your additional money will come automatically to you, whether it's by direct deposit or in the mail. It's incredible. Number two, who? You. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits. Number three, same lift, same percentage, yes. Same amount, 5,000, no. Depends on the individual. Some people will say, get a $5,000 lift. Some will get a little bit less. Some will get more. But everyone will get the same percentage raise, and this is lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. Incredible, great news. And this, my friends, is why you want to become a member of this channel, because I've been detailing this since day one. It's all in the membership newsletter. I explain this more of this benefits lift in the membership newsletter. Go right in this video and become a member right now. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. And get those incredible forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state. And with that, let's go over those incredible forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state. You deserve these incredible big checks. They're huge. Biggest checks of a generation. Biggest checks ever featured on this channel. You deserve the financial freedom. And we're going to go over those incredible checks in detail in the second half. But first, let's go over broadly these incredible checks right now. These forced stimulus checks are federal checks. They're not state checks. They're from the federal government. And they have been paying viewers a lot of money. In the second half, you're going to meet one viewer who has gotten 80 of these checks. These four stimulus checks are in every U.S. state, done by executive action. They're federal stimulus. They're not state stimulus. Done by the President of the United States in the month of March, approximately $100,000. Incredible. Great news. Lots of different checks. And these incredible checks became law by executive action in the month of March. They are federal stimulus from the federal government, paid by the federal government. Your state has nothing to do with it. It's not from your state. And you qualify. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. If you rent, if you own, if you're on benefits, if you're not on benefits, go get it. How do you get it? You go on this video and join and become a member. And in this big second half, we're going to go over all these incredible checks one at a time. You deserve them. Go on in this video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. One of the benefits of membership, additionally, on top of that, is the membership worksheets. In the newsletter, at the fourth line every day is the worksheets. It's a series of PDFs, a series of pages created by LALATE for you. This is all proprietary to this broadcaster, and it's about 8 pages in length. Let's go over the latest details on what we know about those worksheets starting right now. In the first page, we have inflation. What are we learning about inflation? We're watching that Friday read. We're watching that Friday read to see with that PCEI if it's tracked higher or at least it's relatively stable. I believe that inflation has not peaked. There's no indication it has peaked. And we saw with Walmart with those corporate guidances overnight on earnings, it's taken a hit on the retail sector. Remember, if inflation continues where it is or goes higher, your benefits are going up the largest of a generation. Recession, the next line on the page 1 of the worksheet. Recession, we're watching that Thursday number being released by Department of Labor. 2 negative quarters of GDP growth. We'll see whether it is or isn't. Ultimately, the recession is already hurting some businesses, others not. Labor. Well, you saw what happened with Shopify. 10% of its workforce gone overnight, laid off, not coming back. 260,000 new jobs claims is what I'm projecting for Thursday. And then the Federal Reserve, tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the announcement, 75 basis point. That's the first page of the LALATE worksheets. The second one is for members, the most dramatic and most helpful. And these are, of course, only for members, only from LALATE, created by LA for you. This incredible table of the LALATE worksheets has the incredible checks, A, B, C, and the date you applied, the date you got paid, the amount you got paid. 2 incredible stories. 2 incredible stories. One for one viewer from Thursday and one from one viewer overnight. First, let's go with the viewer from overnight. His name is Spelling, and he wants you to know he got 2 different checks, and he wants to be your motivator. I love him for this. Absolutely love what he's saying. His name is Spelling, and he first got check A, and he wants you to know it, and he wants to motivate you. He got the Weatherizing grant check. He applied in Oklahoma City, and he wanted to report that he got fully paid. He also wants you to know, don't give up. He applied. He had a little bit of hiccups initially in the application process. He kept on trying it, and he finally got approved. Then he also listened to the recordings where I say get other checks. He did. He got check C. They're paying for 1 year, and then he also got signed up for SNAP, which is going to pay him for at least 2 years. Just incredible. And great sums of money. Congratulations to Spelling. Now, the other view I want to go over was using the worksheets, taking notes on her Check B application, but forgetting to look at her notes. She forgot to look at her notes. So what happened last Thursday? She got an email. It says, ma'am, you've been approved for Check B. She's in Florida. She was approved for Check B, but get ready for what she got approved for. She got approved for 18 months. It gets better than that. She got approved for her mortgage payments for 18 months. Folks, that's not $10,000. That's tens of thousands of dollars. And it gets even better. She also, with Check B, applied for her utility bills. Most people have at least 3 utility bills. Most people have a lot of people have 4 utility bills. You have water, you have electric. Let's assume she had 5 bills total, including the mortgage. 5 bills per month for 18 months, Folks, that's over 80 checks she got from Check B by becoming a member of LALATE. Congratulations to her. Congratulations to you, because that is going to be you next. Become a member, go around this video and do what she did. You're going to do the same thing as well. She's not a rarity. It's a regular occurrence. This is what happened on this channel. And let's go to the next page, Fizz Stimulus, your raising your benefits. We'll be going over more about that in prime time on evenings at 5 o'clock. The page after that is gasoline. We have a lot to go on that on prime time as well. And then student loan debt forgiveness. The president is likely to give $10,000 across the board for student loan debt forgiveness. This is the week that is the big shocker. You're going to learn about recession. You're going to learn about inflation. You're going to learn about labor. And you're going to learn about housing. The housing data the week last was not good. The housing data release you saw earlier in this recording was not good as well. The housing data released from the week before was showing that the industry is not pivoting quick enough, and you got to pivot. Last Wednesday, the Home Builders, National Association of Home Builders, Wells Fargo Housing Market Index, which is a gauge of confidence among home builders, dropped to its second lowest drop of ever reported in its 37-year history, dropped 12 points to 55, second worst drop ever. Why? Because they're not pivoting, the home builders, and the mortgage rates are surging out of control. That was Tuesday, July 18th. On Wednesday, the number of housing starts, this is new home construction, was released. It fell 2% when Wall Street's looking for a 2% rise. And then the day after that, the existing home sales fell 5.4% for the month of May, the second largest drop since 2020. It's clear due to the plunging affordability, we have never seen mortgage rates shoot this high up, says Lawrence Yoon, chief economist at Realtors. Mortgage applications down to a 20-year low because people can't afford a home. And ultimately, this all is important for you because of inflation, because of recession, because of labor, and because of your money. In the big second half, we're going to go over all these incredible checks. You deserve them. Lots of checks, about $100,000. You deserve them, and you want to get them. You want to get them before you hear another bad corporate earnings call from a company like a Walmart, before you hear another bad housing data or inflationary number. In the second half of this video, we're going to go over all these incredible checks. Plus, I'll give you guidance on why Wall Street analysts continue to try to sugarcoat the news. Is it good for you? It's not. I'll explain to you why. But first, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. And I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as Mornings LALATE continues live on air.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now in the week that is, or the week that was, the biggest week we've ever seen of this entire summer. It's a jaw dropper, and it's just getting started. You already saw the housing data. You already saw The corporate guidance downward from Walmart. We're just getting started. And boy, folks, stay with me on Eating to LA because we're waiting for that consumer confidence number coming in right in about 15 minutes from now. And we have new housing data plus more corporate earnings coming up later as well. But for now, let's get some Forcimus checks. Let's get some big checks, and you deserve them. Did you become a member during the commercial break? I hope you did. Go right on this video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Let's go over all these incredible checks starting right now. Back in the month of March, viewers of this channel were asking me, LA, can you find me a check? They haven't gotten that Build Back Better Act done yet. And I did. And the day that I went looking for them was the same day that the President of the United States was passing a series of executive actions. And my focus was twofold. One, big checks. Two, broad eligibility. And we got both of them done. First, I wanted big checks. I care about you. I want to make sure you have a lot of financial freedom because this is going to be a 2-year recession. You need big checks, not $100 checks, and we got them. $100,000 approximately across lots of different checks. We're going to go over that in a second. Number two, broad eligibility. I want to make sure you qualify, and you do. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get them. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get them. If you rent, if you own, if you're on with children, without your children, if you're on benefits, SSI or SSDI, go get those incredible sums of money. And with that, let's go into these incredible checks. I give it a lettering system, check A, B, and thereafter. They've been lost since the month of March, and viewers have been getting it since the month of March. If you just found this channel, welcome. Become a member, go right in this video, and become a member, and let's get these checks starting right now. Check A is a $6,500, $12,000 Forcimus check in every U.S. state. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. And if you're on benefits, go get it as well. How do you? Go one, under the video and subscribe. Two, go under the video and join the channel. Become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Get that incredible membership newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go down to check A and apply. Send you to the nationwide website, choose your state, choose the weatherizing grant, and go get it, like Spelly did. Go get it today. And then go get check B. $15,000, but you saw that other viewer, she's getting a lot more than that. It's a Forcimus check in every U.S. state. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. It is huge. And if you're on benefits, go get it as well. How do you do it? Become a member. Subscribe. Go into the membership newsletter, Monday through Friday, go down to check B. Click the link, it goes to the nationwide website, choose your state, and you pounce. Look how we've done so far. 80,000 from there, approximately 12,000 from A. That's 100,000. We're not done there yet. We're going to go get check C. Check C is wonderful. Rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. And how do you get it? Step 1, subscribe. Step 2, join the channel, become a member. Step 3, go down the membership newsletter. You find check C. It tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it. This channel's been around since its launch on March 25th, 2020, and during that time, this channel's gotten viewers about 50 million. The success stories of Check C are robust. Let's look at some of them, just some of them right now. Nisi all the way up to Elizabeth. Do you want these numbers for rent? Go get Check C. Look at the utilities, my goodness. There's Mark, but his brother-in-law got $15,000 for utilities. You want that? Go get Check C. The same brother-in-law is getting $250,000 over 10 years for SNAP. Incredible. And then combinations. Nisi, Mark, Lorraine, Johnny had got a combinations checks. Nisi went from $23,000 to $50,000. Lorraine went from $105 to $150. Mark went from $32,000 on this graphic to $50,000 on this graphic to $100, and then got check B, $166,000. A couple of things familiar and similar between those viewers. One, they're in all the live chats. You gotta be. Imagine if you just tuned in and you heard bad news about Walmart, but did not hear the good news from Coca-Cola, McDonald's. You may think all parts of this economy are doing the same activity, and they're not. You may have missed the announcement this Thursday and not know whether we're in a recession or not in a recession. That's why you have to watch all the videos. You see by just this video alone how much breaking news there's happening by the minute. I got 20 stories coming in the next 35 minutes to cover on eating. It's that robust a news cycle right now. Go into this video, subscribe. And what are you watching? You're watching LALATE, America's #3 most watched financial news channel, but expanding to #2. We're on a tear. 2 new channels are joining this broadcasting family. LALATE 2 channel is launching just a few days from now. It'll have 24 hours a day, live show about your stimulus, and then humor shows with Sirloin and Javita Lane and Blaine 66. On LA 3 is a live show about the economy, your money, everything you need to know, and then cooking programming. Have you seen the 2 new changes come out already? LALATE Live is now a 24/7 live broadcast. Never stops, so jump on the live feed. And also very exciting is, of course, the big news of LALATE.com, the news website, relaunched with the latest details on your money. It had the Walmart story last night when it broke. But subscribe to this channel. Next, go into the video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP, join this channel. Number 3, go to the head of the friend of this video and become and hit that alert button. Hit that little bell to make sure all alerts are set to all on. Let's go over 2 things about these checks I want to go over, which is actually making a big difference for viewers. When I say check A, check B, or check C, it may sound like I'm saying the word singularly, but it's actually multiple checks. Check A has lots of checks. Check B has lots of checks, as you saw from that viewer who got 80 plus check Bs. And check C has a lot of check C checks. Let's go over an example of it right now. You got to live, so either you have rent or you have mortgage. Let's just call that the rent bill. Then you have a water, an electric, and a heating or a heating bill. You may have an additional other heating bill. You may have a telephone bill. Most viewers have about 3 utilities. A ton have 4. Let's just call it 4. 4 plus the rent, that's 5 bills per month. How many places do you have to pay for those 5 bills per month? You have 12 approximate places. In the membership newsletter on Check C, you have the 6 government agencies and you have the 6 nonprofits approximately. That's 12 places. 12 places at 5 bills a month. Yes, let's say that again. 5 bills at 12 places a month. That is 60 plus places to get your bills paid per month. Per month. With the average viewer of this channel getting 12 months of checks, you see why there are so many checks. That's why the membership of this channel is winning. Become a member. Go right in this video. Become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. This video will automatically take you to the 11 o'clock show if you're watching it when it airs live or if you're in the live feed. The afternoon's show will join this live feed later in the day. Go run in this video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Get that incredible membership newsletter Monday through Friday and become part of the family that's winning. Here's something else that I want to go over. I'll have it more today on afternoons. The latest indication from Wall Street and the White House is the attempt to really sugarcoat a lot of news. And why is it happening? We haven't really seen anything like this in a long time. Despite whatever news story it is, Wall Street analysts, not all of them, but a good amount of them, and the White House, certainly a lot of them, are trying to always spin the news as always good. What's going on? First, when Jay Powell and the Federal Reserve meets tomorrow, they're going to raise interest rates. They're going to do 75 or 100 basis points. Either number is not good for you. It's a severe rate hike. Wall Street's celebrating 75 as though it's great news. It's not good news. The White House's Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen appeared on broadcast media yesterday and said last week's labor numbers showed as a strong labor market. It's disingenuous. It's not true. 251,000 new jobless claims is the highest number of unemployment claims since of 2022. It's at the height of now last year's numbers. It's not a strong labor market, and yet there's that attempt to say it's good. When we see the recessionary pressures, when we see a Walmart guide down because of inflation, a lot of analysts are saying, yeah, but there's some other good news out there. Yeah, there is good news, but don't discount the bad news. And yesterday, when Walmart gave this guidance after the bell downward for this quarter and the rest of this year, saying that inflation is really hurting the consumer, they're not shopping as much in Walmart, Wall Street was shocked. Why? Why should Wall Street be shocked? We understand inflation has not peaked. We understand that no retailer is going to absorb the whole cost of inflation. They're going to increase the price of goods. They're going to increase the milk and the eggs. You're on the live chat. You're saying the milk and the eggs is more expensive. Why is Wall Street shocked by that news? My takeaway on the equation is that Wall Street is trying to sugarcoat too often when there's no place to sugarcoat. They're trying to tell you it's a better economy than it's not. And ultimately, you have to be conservative with your money. You have to get as much stimulus as you can from this channel. You have to reduce your savings, increase your savings, and reduce your debt. And that people who don't are going to be on the wrong side of the coin, and they're going to get burnt. Wall Street analysts that give them guidance that this is a great economy and everything is wonderful, punky-dory, are going to put them on the wrong side of the equation. The White House giving you guidance that's a strong labor market give you the wrong side of the equation. You can't be on the wrong side of the equation because guess what? There will be no time to pivot back. And the example manifests itself in a new report also released minutes ago. That new report released minutes ago says that consumer debt spending on the credit card is out of control. They've never seen debt spending like this. Imagine the credit card interest rate is the highest of a generation because the Federal Reserve keeps on raising rates. And yet consumers are not making more money than they were before the pandemic, and they're spending like it's going out of style. They're taking trips, they're running up the credit card on the trips, and they're putting it into debt. Folks, this is what you don't do. This is, as a family, why we stay so tight. This is why, as families, we love each other. And this is, as a family, why you keep on motivating each other. If you're in a live chat, post your success story. Post whatever success story you've had from this channel. In the live chat, say hello. Take interest in another viewer. Take interest in their foot surgery. Take interest on their birthday. Take interest on what's happening with their family. Take interest on what's going on with someone else. Because we have a tough economy to endure. 2 years of it, we're going to be going through this toughness. And together, the tighter we are, the better we are. The stronger we are, the more resilient we are. Become a member to the channel that's changing it all. It's LALATE. This video, if you're watching live at 9 a.m., will take you into home at 11 a.m. And if you're on the live feed, then stay there because we'll have the afternoon show coming up later as well. Become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Join this channel and get ready for the expansion you deserve. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, God bless you. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful day. And as always, stay with LA for more.